For the first time ever in 3 weeks. Ah, finally, my go live message is not that we're playing Arrow the Acrobat. Don't mind me building the scene in real time. Also, definitely tell me if the audio balance is off. As I actively adjust where the microphone is and pointing and all that. Both excellent things. Yes, we are back from our trip. This is... I won't say it is or isn't a one-off, honestly. I'll see, like, you know, if I feel like just playing Tetris. But we are home now. We still haven't picked a main game. Because we're the worst. We should start streaming. It'll mostly depend on, like, how we're feeling. We're still not sleeping amazingly yet. We're still not totally...
I'm jet lagged to hell.
Still not totally back in the time zone properly.
I'm fucked, man. Hi, guys.
But streams will slowly start resuming from today. Hey, thank you so much for the resub.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
My bad.
This is how just building it as we go that we are right now. Hadn't even added the webcam to the scene yet. Alright, I think that's most things. There we go. We should also have fire now. Jess, this should definitely just be kind of a chill stream. Tetris Grandmaster 4, I didn't actually know that it was going to exist, like that it was coming out, that it was being made at all. And I've kind of always wanted to play, like I have played a little bit of an emulated version of TGM1, and that's basically it. But, you know, since it started showing up on GDQ years and years ago, I've always been like, damn, that's really cool, because I played a lot of Tetris in college, but it was like versus Tetris online and on a keyboard, so like I had never actually played didn't really have a chance to play much of the TGM stuff. Now I have one. I've already put 20 hours into it, and God, it's so fun. I can just play this game like for forever. So let's jump in. I've got my current PB up there. If you don't really know, then it probably won't mean much to you, but it's pretty decent, especially considering this is my first Arika Tetris game. And I've gotten a lot better pretty quickly at playing during the fun stuff, so let's just jump into a run. I'll also explain some things as we go. If you have any questions about this, I might not be able to answer them while I'm playing directly, but I would be happy to. For example, like when it asks you about control method, standard is basically the version of Tetris that you would get. Like it concerns the rotation rules and how pieces get locked in. Standard is kind of like what most Tetris games you've played do. It's called the Super Rotation System, or SRS, if you ever see that. And the big thing about it is that if you basically hammer on the rotation button, you can stop a piece from locking in into place forever, which gives you a lot of time to sort of think about things. It also affects the way that rotations happen. There's some specific stuff that we can talk about once I'm actually playing. And then TGM is the Tetris Grandmaster, where unless a piece goes down, there are only so many times you're allowed to rotate it before it will essentially just lock into place instantly. And that's kind of the thing that kind of makes higher level play of TGM possible, or at least makes the, I guess, skill differentiator possible. So let's jump in. We're just gonna do normal. I have only really spent time playing on normal thus far, but I'll definitely, move into these modes eventually.
I'm gonna declare right now I'm rubbish at Tetris. Completely and utterly rubbish at it. I don't know what it is about Tetris. I just cannot. I have very stupid fingers for a start, so I have real trouble getting the blocks in the places I want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I do just like I have a lot of panic responses.
Mm-hmm. So the way that the like level system / scoring system that's in here works is every time a piece is placed, you gain 1 level, but there are also certain breakpoints where you have to clear a line for it to continue to go upwards. When you clear like single lines, I think it gets you 1 point. Doubles are 2. I know Tetris's are 6, but I don't know much beyond that. Oops. There's a case where I thought I had locked it in, but I had not quite. And so I ended up moving that blue block a little further than I wanted it to. It's moving a little bit faster now, which means I'm not necessarily just fast dropping everything. But it's still pretty chill.
I just never know where to place things.
It's definitely one of those, like, it can take a lot of time to just build up. And there's even just things like, you know, building your stack in such a way that you can accommodate a lot of different pieces and locations, which is like not even something that I consciously think about most of the time. I've just kind of learned good places to put things to keep options open over the over my time playing.
I feel like it's stuff like that I really struggle with.
It's definitely a difficult skill to build.
I mean, I liked Pokemon Puzzle League, but that like the kind of the high level plays where you like stack to get like the best like ridiculous chains was something I was never able to do. Could never think that far ahead. I was never very good at chess.
And I would say I'm definitely bad at Puyo Puyo. Which kind of has a pretty similar, like, you know, making things angle to it. Or making plays ahead of time. I'll also say I have mostly played this on the Steam Deck so far. Oops, I'm fine. This is fine. Which means I'm actually kind of still getting used to the, like, playing this on a 1440p monitor.
Big screen.
My eyes literally have to move further.
Big screen.
It's horrible. I don't like that much. Okay, that finally gives me this, which then allows me to get this. I've left a fairly large gap in there. It is... okay, so when you first get to level 200, there is actually a slowdown on this. Which is really nice, because the stack I was getting to the point where I couldn't just keep making Tetrises for myself. This kind of gives me a bit of time to actually think about what I'm doing. Yay.
I'm also quite impulsive. I just like... I'm very good at long-term planning.
Alright.
I also have a real tendency to panic as soon as things start going wrong.
Yes, and I would definitely say I have minorly fucked up there, but not horribly. Like, one of the things that finally convinced me I was getting a bit better at this game was when I first started to, like, you know, get into bad situations and then get back out of them. Because I've had a lot of situations where, yeah, I just panic and it's like, oh, okay, well, I guess we're doing this now. That should have gone the other way, but... Alright, we're now moving fast enough that I am gonna want to focus more on placing things. There will definitely be a few points, like, you know, here where it's like, oh, I was doing really good, and then all of a sudden I just die horribly. I'm also not doing much, like, pre-rotation stuff, but now I'll probably, you know, start doing it. Which, to give a quick thing, one thing that you can do in this system is, like, when before a piece spawns, you are allowed to hold buttons that, like, change the piece's rotation, which can be really useful, like, especially as it starts getting faster and you basically just, stop being able to, like, take the default heading of a piece. No, that's not good. And, move it in places, basically. Like, once we hit the speed where it is instantly dropping everything as far as it can possibly go, there are situations where if you don't rotate a piece ahead of time, it will essentially get stuck, and you can't do anything to get it out. Oops. There, I rotated it in the wrong direction, and that's not good for me. That should have been put the other way. I'm not going to be punished too harshly for it, because I was given another orange immediately. Yay. Yes, there's a situation, if I had pre-rotated that, I would not have gotten screwed the way that I did. I can't roll over it. We'll call this the warm-up run. I think this is also the thing, like, you have to play yourself into a lot of this stuff. I am one of 3. So the way that the replay system, or that the ranking system works, and the thing is, these games all have ranking systems. It's like, not only do you have to be able to, like, beat them, clear enough lines after in increasingly difficult ways, you also have to get Tetrises all the while you're doing it. So, like, the 1 of 6 ranking, the second one is essentially, here's how far you got. And the first number is, did you meet the conditions in prior segments? I know that right now they're still figuring out what those conditions even are, but they do know, at least as far as I was when I last checked, that the first one is like 6 Tetrises between 0 and 200. And it's usually that kind of thing where you're not just getting like line clears, you're also getting Tetrises throughout, even as it's getting more difficult. But yes, I'm gonna try to play myself into it. We'll see how it goes. Great is my first. Oh, that is so high up.
And you can't put things under it.
I can't instant drop things under it. Well, let's just do some work, clear that out. Just generally speaking, it's very good to just, like, learn how to play at a reasonably slow speed, make moves confidently. You can kind of see that, like, the second I've started speeding myself up, I instantly made several, like, fairly annoying mistakes for myself. Okay.
That locked in.
Yes, for the record, to lock a piece in, so, like, when I press up, that's what does the instant drop. But then you have to press down in order for it to lock the piece in. And the part that's a bit tough is that it has to be a down press without any, like, other direction being pressed at the time. So if I'm holding right to, like, move the piece to the right and then I press down, that's, like, what I just did there. That's a diagonal press, and that means it doesn't, like, instant lock it. And sometimes I will think that I have done that, but I actually have not. You know, like, enough to lock it down, but I haven't. And that's when I get a little bit sad. I do like that it cheers for you.
Yes, I've never been good at Tetris, even back in the actual days of Tetris. the OG. We had Tetris for Game Boy, I'm pretty sure. The Game Boy, I should say. It was one of the few original GameCube games we had, and I was terrible at it. I feel like Tetris is kind of one of those... Because I like puzzles, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the fact that it has this sort of time aspect to it...
Yeah, it's like Tetris is a... You know, like, belongs in the category of puzzle games, but also it's not really a puzzle game in the same way. Like, it is very much a game about fast pattern recognition and kind of getting into flow states where you're not even really thinking about it, you're just doing things, you know?
And it's just that I can't react fast enough.
I actually should have placed that on the right side. But it's like relatively minor. Game is being a little bit annoying to me right now, but it's also me just not quite seeing things fast enough. So there was one where I would have been in better shape if I had didn't get over fast enough, and I didn't recover from getting over fast enough. All right, let's deal with this. Like, one, like, nice thing about this game is that, like, you know, you don't want to put yourself into situations, but it is kind of good practice when you put yourself into situations for then getting yourself out of those situations. Like, one of the big pieces of advice, especially for people who are learning this game for the first time, is like, if you make some really bad moves and get yourself into a situation at the lower speeds, don't just like restart the game to try to get a better layout. Like, try to play your way out of it, because that's how you're gonna learn to actually deal with these situations. And that is definitely like an energy that I've been trying to take, because like, I can kind of turn around a lot of situations where I just make a bunch of dumb moves in a row. And that's really good for me when I then get to the point where I am like, you know, where I can't really avoid putting myself into worse situations. But yeah, and then especially in this, you start to get the feel for things like taking time when lines get cleared to then look at like, oh, here's the next set of pieces, because like clearing a line actually gives me a little bit of extra time to think. I thought that line was gonna get cleared, so I was making my next move as if it was gonna go in there. Sadly, it wasn't. Yep, this one. Sure. That was not the smartest thing I could have done, but I'll just pay this down. Once it starts moving this quickly, you definitely start getting... I definitely start moving from, like, I'm going for Tetrises all the time to, let's see if I can get a cheeky Tetris in here. Wow, the game was giving me some gifts here. I'm spitting in the game's face, but you know, we do what we can. Oops. Alright, making lemonade. Yes, by far the times when I'm like the proudest of myself playing this game are definitely where I, you know, do something kind of dumb and put myself in a bad situation and then actually manage to pull myself back out of it. Yeah, it seems fine. Oops. Well, I got kind of lucky that I was able to turn that into a good place before it locked in.
Yeah, I also like the rotating either direction thing.
Yes.
It's really hard for me to get my brain around.
Mm-hmm. I will say, I don't think I have learned to actually, like, you know, rotate in both directions until I played this game. Back when I played, even when I was, like, half decent at versus Tetris, I was still only really going in one direction, and it was kind of a big weakness in my game, because I just could not make my brain think in, like, counterclockwise rotations. It's not easy. Alright, once the level hits 500, that's when the real shit begins. Because obviously this just isn't the real shit yet.
Oh, clearly.
Clearly, I mean, look at it.
Yeah.
This is so manageable, right?
It's far too easy right now. What are you doing?
This is the baby mode for children, currently.
Yeah, what are you complaining about right now?
Yeah, you would think that I would get better at rotating via versus Tetris, because it's absolutely true that you, like, get a lot more out of versus Tetris when you can rotate in both directions. I just basically played versus Tetris by trying to go twice as fast as the other person at all times. It was kind of my only move. Ooh, that was bad. Alright, as soon as I clear a line, here we go. Alright, so this is 20G. What 20G is, oops, that should have been the other direction. Every piece on every frame falls as far as it possibly can. No exceptions. This greatly restricts, like, the moves that you can make. And forces you to essentially build... Ah, damn it, that didn't clear. Build your stack in ways that, like, allow you to make moves in the future. And this is tough as shit. I really shouldn't have done that, but we will live with the consequences. Okay, ah, damn it.
Well, this looks ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the correct way to think of it. Ridiculous. But yeah, here at this point, like, you really have to understand how, like, all of this piece movement works. You have to understand, like, what things you can get away with, and, like, the way that you build the stack kind of fundamentally changes when it moves like this. It's fun. I really like it. I'm going to hell. I have played the tiniest hint of Shiranui.
Yeah, I believe, the letters thing is probably a colorblind support thing, but it also just seems really cool in general.
I like it. I can go through the, like, kind of skins that they have with them. I have accidentally swapped myself to the, I shouldn't have done that, but it's fine. I have swapped myself to the no-color version of it, like, there's a black and white Tetramino set, and, like, I couldn't play the game. It turns out the way that I actually see the piece a lot of the time, like the upcoming piece a lot of the time, is by just glancing a color in my thing. Nope, I thought that piece was of the other color, but it's fine. We are not currently dead. You know what? You can live there.
Your hole is made for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so there was a situation where I couldn't actually get the blue piece where I wanted it to go all the way over, and I didn't realize it in time. There's possibly a rotation that could have done it, but the one that I picked is not that rotation. I'm doing a pretty good job of paying down the stack here. I'm pretty happy. Created a small left well for myself, but not disastrous. I managed to see that I had a blue one coming there in time to not cut and run on dumping like the orange piece into it. Happy with that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Ah! Ooh, that's going to kill me. That's gonna do it. So, normally pieces will spawn on the top row and go down. This game gives you 2 spaces of leeway where the block will spawn slightly higher. But once you get to that... Yes, I have to get used to, like, the piece noises. That's, like, currently, that's a bit noisy in the place, and I didn't really feel like putting on headphones for today. But that is something that I'm going to try to learn.
There's an audio cue?
Every piece, when it spawns, makes a different noise.
Oh my god.
And you can use that, like, you know, high-level players can use that to differentiate.
Notice.
No, because I also have barely noticed.
I didn't even notice they had a sound.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, I'm so bad at audio cues.
Oh god, I mean, I will say they are, like, small enough that I don't know what the sound is yet. But I'm also trying not to worry too much. Let's see, I've played to 7 at the highest, I think. Yeah, currently. I think I was playing it when Ty was doing his stream kind of on the side and I was chirping in. Are the IRS and IHS the RNG systems? Yeah, should Tetrame, you know, randomization. There's kind of a level of that with high TGM play. The thing that's cool about it is that, like, you know, Tetris Grandmaster, when it first came out, it was essentially like, you know, trying to be a harder version of Tetris, trying to find, like, challenges that you could make with it, with, like, the lock delay system. And it turned out people eventually got pretty good at that. So when they made 2, they took all the stuff that they had in 1 and said, oh, well, you already know how to do all this stuff. Let me add an entire another layer on top of that. And with that, like, they've just kept doing that with every game that they've made. Oh, yes, the pre-rotating pieces. Yes, I do know about that. I'm just not great at it. There's times when I can do it better than others, but, like, if I ever have to think about it, I fuck it out. I fuck it up. And yeah, so one big thing is, like, when these games come out, like, people kind of do have to figure out what the grading system even is, and I'm sure they've made a lot of progress in the 2 weeks since the game came out, but there's still a lot of stuff where it's not really known. It's also worth noting that like normal and this is like kind of equivalent to like TGM2's master mode, I think. So like they just kind of keep building on each other very aggressively. Yeah, I don't think I've played a single round of Master yet. I have basically like dipped my toes into Asuka a little bit and barely done like anything. I'm gonna get a normal clear at some point, but it hasn't happened yet, so. I'll definitely show off some of the other stuff that we have.
I pet Flush.
I give a quick pet before we start.
I'm petting.
But it's perfectly reasonable for you to be on pet duty.
I'm not doing anything. I'm fucking peanut gallery over here, so.
This is fair. But yeah, currently I'm even just like trying to get myself used to things like double rotating pieces like before they come out. Like when I try to do that explicitly, my brain sort of just explodes. But a lot of this game is just pressing yourself to clean up your inputs and try shit out. Okay, that's fine. There we go. There's also stuff like you kind of have to wait for a piece to spawn, or like, you know, for a lock to happen before you can press buttons, because you can still rotate pieces while you're attempting to pre-rotate other pieces. There's kind of a lot of like figuring out buffers there. I have literally nothing but eyepieces right now.
Long boys?
Big long boys, yes.
We do love ourselves a long boy.
Apparently. Several of those moves were not how I should have built the stack, but it's not going fast enough to punish me yet. Alright, it's giving me a nice run of pieces right now. I'm processing them fairly quickly.
So you can like swap pieces?
Yes, so that hold in the top left there is the piece that, like, basically when you press the hold button, you take whatever piece is currently dropping, put it into the hold section, and if there's a piece in the hold, you get it.
Okay.
It's been a thing in Tetris for a while now, but it was kind of new and weird to get used to when I first encountered it. But it definitely does open up, like, kind of your options for what you can do.
It is very funny when the runners beef it in GDQ.
Yes.
I say that with all the love of knowing they're doing a far better job even than I ever could at Tetris.
I mean, it really does, you know, just establish the danger, as I said when I was in GDQ. No, I'm not messing up. You just have to know how hard it is, trust me.
Like that.
These spikes really do kill you
they
instantly.
Kill you instantly. Not anymore, though, actually.
Yes.
They're not instant.
Apparently they were never supposed
They
to.
were never supposed to be instant kill spikes. Savage's contacts. So, Vegas is, of course, world record holder in Environmental Station Alpha. Surface percent has you going through the maze of instant death spikes, but recently I see he did an updated version.
Yeah, like a C++ port similar to what Baba's You got that let it be released on other platforms.
Yeah, because it was on some archaic thing, and so you did a lot of like the testing for it.
Mm-hmm.
And we discovered going through that doing surface percent that the instant death spikes no longer instant killed you, and we were like,
and yeah, like I reported it as a bug, and then it sort of
me.
was like, it seems like this is actually the way it's meant to work. Looking at the code, and I was like,
yeah.
oh.
It really was like, yeah, they were never supposed to kill you. Oops.
I just got a foot cramp. I'm good now. I managed to waste enough time to get my foot down. Okay, I have to get something, yeah, in that like big block in the center there before I can then drop the square block in the place that I wanted it, and I was cognizant enough of that to recognize it, which is definitely like the kind of thing that I'm starting to get really happy with. Because it's like the way that you build the stack as you go, and like the times when it's like, oh, I've got a piece here that like I really want to put in this spot, but if I let it drop right now, it won't work, are really the things that, like, I don't know, they're big levels of skill expression in this game. You can really see that my ability to form sentences gets worse and worse the faster it goes. But also, I'm used to talking while speedrunning, so I'm probably better at it than most people.
And really, the trick is shutting either of us up.
Yes. Okay, we'll put it in there. That's fine. Oops. So that was a point where I was attempting to pre-switch over to the other piece. And I ended up, like, after the piece was placed, and I ended up swapping before the piece was placed. Which, again, fairly common.
You are welcome.
Oh! All clear! I don't know if I've gotten an all clear, like, in normal mode before. That might be the first time I've ever done that.
Yeah, we're glad to help your cat.
Yeah.
And you, as well as your cat.
Ah, you know. You're fine.
It's just your cat,
But your cat's
actually.
No, definitely good to hear him. I say, very, like, perfectly capable of reading chat right now, I swear. That's fine. Ah, damn it. So I was waiting for, like, another piece to show up to, like, fill that bit in, and it didn't show to the point where I cut and ran, and of course right at that point is when the piece I wanted showed up, meaning if I had just held it a little bit longer I would have been good.
Cowardice.
I know. Pure, unadulterated. Yep, that's better there. That then lets me do that. Seems fine. Sure. Probably should have swapped at that point, but we can make this up. Yeah.
What mode are we in right now?
This is normal mode. And we just hit 20G, which is the instant gravity. Sure. This is not the neatest stack in the world, but... So there you go. Here's, like, I kind of only really start pre-rotating pieces once I get to this speed, because it's kind of the only place where I'll, like, not fuck it up. Okay, that's... Ah, right, damn it. Okay, I can fix this. You know what? I'll count that as fixing it. Okay, I wasn't sure if I could get the rotate there, and I'm still not sure if I could have. But my guess is no. Okay, as long anything that fills a piece in is good by me. Okay, that's actually pretty decent. I can clear a lot of this pretty easily. Nice. I can go there. There's a square coming. It's a few pieces away. Ah, I did a double rotation on purpose. Hell yes. That's when I, like, start the piece with a 360 rotation. I'm sure it has a better name than that. Aw, man, I had a chance to make the stack really nice and neat and I fucked it up. Sure. That was a preemptive swap. That's okay. Let's go. Let's go. All right, this run's alive. Should have swapped pieces there. Sometimes I don't quite recognize that, like, lines are going to be cleared and that the stack is going to be different than I think it is, and I'll, like, do it as if the lines that I just cleared were still there. Which is kind of just natural for something like this. Yeah, sure. Okay, doing that there lets me do, slide that piece all the way over, so that's good. I didn't actually think I was gonna get over that, okay. By the way, no matter how good this goes, you're if I get to 800, you're gonna see me shit my pants. Ooh, that's not great. Okay. I don't want to put that down in that hole. Okay. Damn it. Make my stack so spiky. Wasn't really what I should have done, but okay. We're bringing it back. We're losing it again. That's not what I should have done there. It's fine. It is somehow not currently over! Ooh, we stole a few. So when the game launched, it did not have keyboard bindings. They apparently had to like patch the game entirely to allow changing keyboard bindings, or I think even doing keyboard bindings at all. But I believe that it has gotten to that point. So yes, I think the big thing from 800 to 900 is that the lock delay, which is like how long it takes a piece to lock into place if it doesn't move or rotate, gets way shorter. And there's a lot of times where like the second that it happens, I top out almost instantly because like I can move decently comfortably in the slightly slower speed, but when it just gets right up to that speed, I'm just like, boom, not happening. Yeah, hey, sorry, we've never built a game for keyboards before, give us a week. And they actually did it. Like, it's interesting when you play this game because, like, TGM are primarily arcade game makers because arcades still exist in Japan, and the last time that they, like, put a game out was 2008. And, like, the fact that this game has come out at all is kind of wild, so I am, like, kind of willing to forgive the fact that it doesn't have online, especially because that's apparently, like, part of a license dispute. Not even license dispute, but where they, like, couldn't get the rights to the Tetris license for a game with online play at the time. But yes, their game, like the arcade machines themselves, play with joysticks.
You'll be hearing the clicky clacky of his hitbox, because
I broke it! My bad! I was in the wrong window to be doing that.
He was, he's playing on hitbox, as he fucks it.
I, like, can't get it to actually...
Oh, no.
There we go. I'll be right back, Tetris the Grandmaster. That's so fucking funny. It's because I was on the display menu specifically when I went to clickety-clack the buttons.
Just my fault. It was my fault. But yeah, she's playing on hitbox.
Mm-hmm. That's about right. So yes, there are like a ton of different like skins that you can do for these. And then also you can see here that like Arika Tetris games have always had a different color scheme to like what has kind of become the Tetris standard. So like in their standard, like part of the thing of them like implementing the standard mode here, like this is the first time that SRS has been done in a TGM game, is things like, you know, standardizing to the style that regular Tetris now uses. But you can kind of see that there are some color differences and stuff like the S versus Z pieces in standard versus TGM colors conflicting the way they do are like, uh-oh.
That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm. But yes, the big thing about this, and the thing that's really cool about this, is the ARS rotation, Arika rotation system versus SRS, and how the TGM games have just always had this much less forgiving thing that lets you do the 20G stuff. A nice thing that this game has is like a very well-built practice section that lets you do a lot of things, like starting your levels higher to play specific things. Having this guide, which is basically like the game itself will try to pre-compute where stuff should go based on like several different potential algorithms, which can help you learn how to see these things. And it's even got things like, you know, just have 20G on, go to hell instantly, which is cool. And then the other thing that it has that I also think is like the coolest thing, but also needs some in-game write-ups, is the practice mode. Cause like, if you don't have the input display on, which is not on by default, you'll kind of have no idea what any of these are even trying to teach you. Like, this is basically teaching you how to do fast drops. This first one, which is hold it to move it over all the way, press up to drop it, and then down to lock it instantly. And if you do that, all of that correctly, you'll get a time faster than the thing, which it will tell you in frames, which rules. And I did not know that TGM3 had the rules. But the nice thing about this is that it does have a whole, like, practice for a whole bunch of, like, 20G situations, like trying to get yourself over bumps with certain things, or fitting things into holes and using kicks. On Sunday, we were attempting to explain Mihara's deception to Tai and had difficulty with it because it's like the overhang in this one is 2 wide and the overhang in this one is 1 wide, but actually the block that makes these two different is the little one on like the second row there that's in that space. And then there is this, which is only fun because it's actually called a Zangi maneuver, or a Zangi move. And that's because to do this, where like you want to get the block under that little bit, move it over, and then lock it, you have to do a 360 on your control stick as if you were playing Zangief in Street Fighter.
Yeah.
And here's me fucking it up, baby! Hey, thank you so much for the raid. This is one of the hardest things for me because on hitbox, like, you know, I don't have the clean circle, so I can't just churn butter, and I have to, like, actually press these buttons, like, separately from each other. And I have to do it in order, because if I don't, it'll fuck up. Yeah. It is funny because there's some of these examples where like you can just get a few frames faster than the textbook, and then there's other examples where like you can get like 3 seconds off the thing if you lock it in fast enough. But yeah, it's really cool to see, like, you know, a very arcade world Tetris breaking out of Japan, which is like the only place where arcades still like exist. I definitely have to get cleaner with my instant locks. Yeah, don't do what I was about to do there. So TGM does not use bag, but it does weigh based on your previous, like the pieces that you've gotten recently. The little IRM that I have up there is an indicator of like what type of randomization is going on, like that it's doing, but I don't currently know all, like, remember all of the, like what those actually mean, basically. Ah!
Whoops.
This is fine. This is fine.
Sometimes we create problems for ourselves.
Sometimes this game has a real mistakes into miracles feel to it. No, I didn't fuck up. I'm just giving myself an opportunity to practice. I really need to memorize the Undernight, please enjoy learning new forms of movement tweet or something like that. Which was like when Undernight 2 was coming out. I can't remember if it was like Batista or Wagner had like a really broken thing, or it had like a really broken thing that they could do that was taken out of Undernight 2. And when asked about it, that was basically what the director said. Of, we're taking that out of the game, please get good at other things. This stack is questionable.
Pretty gnarly.
And I'm really not making it nicer for myself. There we go. I'm finally becoming a janitor. Clean your stack. I don't like that. I don't like any of the pieces it's given to me. Potion seller, better pieces, please. Actually, pretty easy Tetris there if I wanted it, but this is fine. This'll finally let me clear the shit that I left there like 2 hours ago. Took you long enough. See, the fun thing about, like, TGM and stuff like it is that, like, this is still all fairly new to me, but, like, you know, I have enjoyed Tetris Grandmasters, like, in the past, and I do understand, like, a lot of the differences in the system. This is just, you know, I've never been to Japan, and I didn't play the remakes like when they first came out of TGM 1 and 2, I think have been released outside of arcades now, relatively recently. So like this is really my first time finally getting a chance to like play it. And it rules, I love it. I'm Tetris pilled all over again. Almost fucked that up, but it's fine. We're not going fast enough for that to have ruined my life.
Yet.
Yeah. We're not far off, though. Okay. Don't like having to cover that up. It's life sometimes. Oh, this works. Fine. Should have rolled that piece. I'll leave a left well, which isn't the best of behaviors, but it's fine.
Yeah, you're like, why is right well better?
So, one of the, like, most noticeable differentiators, like, you know how I said the pieces rotate differently in, like, the SRS versus ARS? Mm-hmm. One of the biggest things is that in an SRS Tetris system, the I block rotates, like, kind of in a full circle where it's, like, it will be vertical in the 2 column, and then it'll be vertical in the 3 column relative to where it was.
Okay.
In ARS, it will only ever be vertical in the 3 column. And what that means is that if you're trying to fill a big hole on the left side of the field, and you have a bump, like on the second block in your thing, when you rotate your eyepiece to try to get it into the hole that's on the left side, it won't actually be able to get over there because it will get stuck in the 3rd block.
Oh.
If it happens to me, I will point it out here. I've gotten at least better at realizing when I'm about to do it to myself, but, you know, there's always room for me to fuck up. Fine. Do wish that I had... There we go. One of those coming soon. It's probably not the way I should have placed that. It's okay. We'll just lay you flat. Nice. Yeah, let's do that. That clears that out. Gives me a little bit of breathing room. Okay. When you are definitely making moves on purpose. Yeah, that's fine. In fact, that's actually quite good.
Well, hey.
There's a situation where the, like, instant gravity made it so that the move that I was trying to make was much harder, and that meant that I fucked it up. There were ways to get that the way I wanted it to, but I did not manage them. It's a little bit awkward, but we're okay. Sure. Kind of was giving up any hope of ever getting a Tetris here, but actually I am starting to build towards it. So yeah, the way that, like, there was a hole there, 2 over from the thing, like, I fixed it before it was actually relevant, but that was a situation where I could have put a piece in on the right side, but not the left.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting killed here. Oh boy. Okay. That's good. That's good. Don't know if that's good, but I'll take it. You can sort of see the exact moments where my brain takes a second to think and I get punished for it. There we go. That's a situation where I got screwed. I could not get that eyepiece all the way over because of the hole that was there. We can fix this. We can fix this. There was a point in history where we could have fixed this. Sure. Sure.
I mean, the fact that you can fix this at all is like magic to me.
I will say, I was not really able to when I first picked this game up, so I'm really like proud of the progress that I've made in my week of owning this game. Don't really like that.
Yeah, when we're in the UK, we take the Steam Deck with us, so...
The moment that this game came out, I was like, oh yeah, I'll have some of that.
You downloaded it at the airport.
I got it at London City Airport and downloaded it on airport Wi-Fi to give you an idea of how much of a sicko I am. So that was just a situation where I pre-rotated a piece, and if I hadn't done it, I wouldn't have been able to get it over to where I wanted it. I'm doing my best to call those out when they happen, but, you know, it's not always, ooh!
See, that's the thing for me. I make one mistake and then I just, like, spiral out of control.
Mm-hmm. Spiraling's kind of the natural state of this game. I should have done that on the other side for, like, 5 different reasons. Chatty might be kind of nasty with it.
Ah, we've reached 800, which is where you go to dine.
Mm-hmm, generally. I got a Tetris. I wasn't actually thinking that would work. You can really see that there are times where, like, I just cannot move pieces fast enough. They lock so fucking fast in this. Like that. I was attempting to get the roll over and it didn't happen. Still, that's like one of the highest scores I've ever gotten, so hell yeah.
Nice.
Woof! I'm gonna stand up for a moment.
So close to PB.
Not Bernie.
Yeah, a little bit.
Not over or anything. Oh, it's the dishwasher. Don't mind me, our house isn't burning down. I just had to be sure. Alright, be right back. That is a really good game. That might be like my second best ever.
Look, we go away for 3 weeks. You never know what we might do that might cause problems.
Exactly.
How y'all? I'm tired. I was up very early this morning. Didn't sleep. Jet lag is fun. Okay, it was worth it. I had a good time with my family for 3 weeks, so I'm pretty happy. Honestly, I'm just impressed that anyone can play this game. I look at Tetris and I just go, wow. My brain cannot handle Tetris. You're welcome, and good luck with your cat's dentist appointment.
Oh, now let me also read chat.
Nah.
A thing I can't do when it gets fast enough.
Nah.
But yeah, it's also worth noting that, like, part of the way the rotation system works is if you try to rotate a piece and it is blocked by, like, a piece or a wall that's already there, it will attempt to move the piece, like, over by one and then over by one, and there's, like, a kind of set of rules. And in this version, like, in the ARS rotation, normally it always checks to the right first, which can mean that, like, if you are blocked in a space instead, like, and you really want it to go to the left, unless the right is blocked, it won't go left, essentially. Good to know that we just don't really understand the bag system yet. Yeah, and I think that's actually the really cool thing about, like, TGM in general, that there is kind of always a higher thing that you can be striving for. Like, right now, the entire grading system, like, I don't think I am, like, you know, that it's even worth me worrying about what the grading system is or how to get it. I tend to get one in however far I get, because I can get Tetris's pretty easily to clear the first bar, but I have, like, I don't know if I have ever gotten two even once. And of course, I haven't cleared normal mode yet. I want to do, like, I'd really like to get to that, but that is kind of just gonna be, like, you know, playing a really good game up to 800 and then surviving long enough to make it to 1,000. And that's kind of the fun of it. Oh, did I get a 2 in this? I will say, I kind of wish that it, like, was easier to see the ranking that you got at a given thing. Because I don't think I noticed. That's funny. I can understand that I got a 2 though, because, like, I probably was able to do it on, like, the second set of requirements. It's kind of weird to me that it doesn't show you what grade you got. Like, it, like, doesn't keep it on the screen when it first comes up. You kind of have to notice it while it's there. Yes, I have turned on auto replay save. It's wild to me that like your board doesn't update unless you have the replay saved of it, like your leaderboard, your high scores. Yes, I definitely think that 2 is kind of my hard limit at the moment. Partly because I don't even know like what the conditions are for getting better stuff, but partly because right now I take any kind of like, you know, all I want is to make it further into this right now.
Is the option to save automatically just in the menu somewhere?
Yes, it is in the gameplay settings somewhere. It's why you might have noticed that my save replay button is turned off, like is grayed out when I'm in the menu for that. It's because it's just always saving replays. Shouldn't have done it like that. That's fine.
Woo!
I love the cheers.
Yay! Yay! I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
Yay!
I deserve them.
Yeah, I'm not saying you don't. You absolutely do. Woo!
Oh man, if I had a piece there, I would have been able to get a full clear there as well. I'll let an eyepiece. I know what words are.
Do you though?
I think it's on display on the stream at all times what the answer to that is.
You know I know no words either. Words are fake.
They are all made up.
It's true.
Ah. No, that's pretty minor. Don't know if that's correct, but it feels good, so that seems fine. Just rooting for me to get Tetrises, and you know what? I can't let them down.
Sure, you can't. It'd be so rude to let them down, you know?
I agree. I'm really curious what like the long-term support for this game is going to be like. You know, what are their plans once it's kind of like first come out? Like, are they going to add more modes and things like that? No, we're fine. Didn't lock it. Thank goodness I'm terrible at that.
Alright, it goes pretty good. We're chilling in Tetris as our first stream back.
Yeah, extremely chill Tetris stream for a very normal game. That's fine. Potentially should have dropped that in there, but I'm not getting punished for it. So far in this particular run, I've managed not to like seal up my well in a really stupid way yet on the slower speed, so I'm happy.
You like that?
Nope. That's kind of my first proper mistake, let's say. No, that's fine. Didn't actually want to do that, but okay. Somehow still living. I do think a cool thing about this game, at least as I've been playing it so far, is that like I really can feel myself getting better in a lot of different ways, and that feels really satisfying. That was once again... So twice now I have attempted to put something in a left well, and the game has slapped me on the chin and said, "No, we don't do that here." Sure. Yep, that's okay. Even that's okay, because yeah, I already have a piece on lock. Let's clean this up. Slam that shit down. Oh, that's what that noise means.
What's the noise?
The like ringing bell, the dinging bell, means that I need to clear a line to go to the next thing. That I've kind of like hit a breakpoint. I have heard that several times before, never actually clocked what it meant. I'm learning to interpret audio cues in real time.
Disgusting.
Yeah, I knew that I was gonna roll all the way over. That's fine though. Yeah, I'll just put that down there. Slap that over there. I think one of the first things I really had to, like, I don't know, reteach myself was basically how to not worry about, like, making the stack literally perfect every single time. And, like, kind of just accept that, like, and just continue playing when it doesn't do that, when you fuck it up, basically. And I do think I've gotten a lot better at that, like, very quickly. Which I'm happy about.
That's good.
I have put myself into an absolute situation right now. There we go. I almost refucked it, but it's fine. I finally cleared that left well out. Shouldn't have done that, but yeah, I got that. That's fine. Okay. I actually have ended up cleaning up the whole thing. Lovely. Didn't want to rotate for me. It's okay. I forgive you.
Sometimes it just doesn't feel like rotating.
It really doesn't. But yeah, like when I used to play, there was definitely like a level of speed where it's like I kind of just had to give up ever going for Tetrises, and I was kind of very, like, binary with, like, I'm either going for nothing but Tetrises or nothing but, like, single line clears. And I think I've gotten quite a bit better at allowing for both of them since I started playing this. Going like, ooh, I think I can set up a Tetris pretty well here, and actually managing to do that. For example.
Woo!
Sure. Pay that down a little bit before it gets ugly. There's definitely like a bit of a level of knowing when you should avoid going for, you know, like creating situations for yourself. Because it is so easy to create situations for yourself in this game. This is approaching situation territory. I knew that that was gonna get stuck, but I did it anyway. That's a bit of a brain fart. Okay. Oof. That was also a brain fart.
Wrong S-piece.
Sure. Nice. Nice. Slightly less nice to these pieces I'm being given, but you know.
I told you it weirds me out how the blocks fall down just one level. They don't fall into the holes.
Yeah.
If me goes, why are they not in the hole?
It's not very neat. Alright, alright. Yep, okay, so that's the bell, means that I'm going to hell. I was pretty sure I was in danger there.
I like how it goes, ah, you know.
I am 1 of 7.
What does that mean?
That's the grading system I was talking about.
Oh, okay.
So like the second number there is like, I think it goes. They both are out of 10. The second number is just like the total level that you got up to. I think it goes up by 1 every 100 levels that you're up. And the first number is is basically like grading you on if you got like the correct number of Tetris or enough Tetrises within periods of the game and other things like that. It's are worth a point. I believe when it pops up like 1 Ren on the side of the screen, like on the side of the score things, those are like things that are indicative of stuff that gets you grades. But I don't know any of them. I don't know nothing about that. Oh, is Ren just consecutive line clears? Chat, he is spreading misinformation. attempting to clean up my my hard lock inputs. Whew. It's a good thing I am taking it slow. Okay, Ren's just combos. Me when I tell lies by accident. I'm so happy I know what that bell means now. Just I don't like the look of this stack. I think I've made it a bit neater now. There we go. I like the look of this stack a lot more. Okay. Hello. Dying?
So tired.
Not really with us?
I'm not even playing. Just watching.
It's a pretty exhausting watch.
I mean, the thing that's really contributing to it is not just the jet lag, because, like, done that before. The problem was we flew back on the Sunday. We were at a wedding on the Friday. So the wedding is 3 hours away from where we were staying. We went up on the Friday morning.
Had to wake up way early for that.
Oh my god, we woke up at like 6:30 for that. Then we stayed at a hotel overnight.
At the hotel the wedding was at.
Yeah, at the hotel the wedding was at. We stayed there Friday night, Saturday morning. Then we traveled back. We traveled to where my brother's staying, which was about an hour and 15 away from the wedding. Because that's really near the airport. We hung out and we walked way too much that day. And then we were at an airport hotel for the night. Before the flight, because the flight was at 9 a.m. on the Sunday. I don't know, the hotel beds, I just can't sleep on them.
Hotel beds don't agree with me either.
No. So 2 different hotel beds.
Well, that's not what I wanted. Okay.
Both terrible. Before the flight. And then the flight.
And it's like 2 different hotel beds too, so it's not even like you'd have a chance to like get used to this hotel bed and like sleep a little bit better in it? No.
So we had 2 terrible nights of sleep before, well, 3 really, because we had to wake up early on the Friday morning, so we didn't get much sleep Thursday night either. So we had 3 nights of wretched sleep for our flight. And then, of course, there are 5 hours time difference. So, yeah, 3 days of not enough sleep going into jet lag has fucked me up really badly.
Aww.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Beautiful.
The problem is once my sleep starts, getting disturbed, it just stays disturbed. It stays disturbed.
This will not ruin my life, I promise.
It's very funny though.
Yes. Oh god, it was great. But yeah, I also have that problem when I start sleeping bad. I just, you know.
Your body starts going, well, this is how you sleep now, and it's like, why? Why? Why does this have to be how I sleep now? Can I not sleep?
I would prefer if it wasn't.
Can I not sleep good? And my body's like, no.
No. Stupid. What are you, dumb? We sleep bad now.
You started this.
I'm just gonna finish it. Pretty much.
There's definitely some funky rotation happening.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you'll think, I can do this, and then you can't, and it's like, oh, okay. I couldn't do that actually, alright, fine.
Yes, and being able to recover from that might be like one of the strongest skills you can bring into this game.
Yeah, the waking up in the middle of the night, go to the loo, yeah, it just starts a trend. Your body just goes, oh, cool.
Oh, I guess we're doing this
Great,
now.
now that's what we're doing. And it's like, no, I'd rather you didn't.
I genuinely kind of shocked that that worked out there. Okay. I will say one of the most gratifying things in this game is definitely just like actively realizing that you're comfortable playing at a higher speed than you were before. It's not an amazing stack. Because like right there, I was actually just had a moment of like, oh yeah, I actually am totally on top of this right now. And that's not universal, so I have to savor it when it does happen. Beautiful. Sure.
It works.
Fits, it sits. Okay. Just trying to get it out of the way there. I paid dearly for it. I got a Tetris there though, so I deserve those cheers.
Yeah.
I agree, game.
Yeah.
Nope.
Welcome to hell.
Not quite there yet, but we're getting there.
Welcome to the start of hell.
Yeah. We are currently paved with good intentions. That's fine. Sure. The game has been aggressively denying me places to put my square blocks. Really mean of them. That wasn't right. Sure. Alright, we in there, we in there. Okay. We're good, it's fine. One order a left pizza with none, left well with none pizza.
Sometimes the well goes where it wants.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it just goes on the left. And you're like, well, it's not what I wanted, but I guess it's what I get.
Sometimes it do be like that. There are definitely times in this game where I will do something on purpose and then, like, right afterwards go, that was not correct. I don't think I've heard it do that before.
Whoa. It's like, what, a single clear after Tetris? How could you?
Scandalous. Sure. Getting so many cases of the loathsome left well. I'm like, there's a level of, you can't avoid this, but... it is very funny when it happens. That was actually good. Have you noticed I've gone to hell?
This is so fast! What the hell? Oh my god! But that's an EPV though.
That is my highest ever score.
Yeah, good job, good job. It's true, it kind of...
I had no idea!
It kind of sounds... I mean, it maybe only sounds...
Ooh, I just got a Chivo. Right rotations 10,000.
Ooh. It maybe only sounds disappointed because it comes right after a... What? and they go, whoa.
Whoa!
Like, whoa! It kind of just sounds like,
All right. There's a 953.
Yeah.
Pretty happy with
Is
that.
999 the clear?
Yes. So, one thing that these games are also famous for is the disappearing Tetris pieces. When you get through 999, like clear a line at 999, it starts rolling the credits, and as you place pieces down, they slowly disappear in 20G. And I think like it still gets like credited as a clear even if you top out during that time, but I think that there is like an extra bonus you can get for beating it when it does that. That said, I've never done it, so I don't know. Alright, we are pretty much at 2 hours. I'm debating if I want to do anything else or just finish up there. Probably not play another full round because I've shown I can stay alive. Like, they tend to take 10 to 15 minutes. And I potentially, like, kind of show off, like, Asuka mode. So, big thing about this is that you have a time limit to be able to clear levels, like, by getting Tetrises and things. You have Infinity, which is that you can actually keep pieces from locking in just by rotating them over and over again. And this actually has rollback, where if you fuck up, you can rewind your stack a bit to try to make it a bit better. The downside, we're starting on 20G. Star Fox ass music over here.
I see your timer's counting down.
Yep.
Got it going up.
There's now a little fox on the screen.
Aw, I love him.
So those you get for, I believe, getting Tetrises, and I believe you need to, they'll count like if you've done enough to clear the level, essentially, is what they signify.
Woo! I got 2 of them now, like cuties. Starting's energy is a little mean.
It's pretty funny, yeah. Pretty great. I love getting all my 20G practice in. Oh, you assholes. Oh, I could feel it getting faster. direction. Okay. Oh, he loves it. Oh god, it's even worse now! You're not a very fantastic Mr. Fox at all. Actually would have been fine. And there it goes. Oh, that's actually my best score on Asuka, so that's good.
Woo!
Oh, God. My level, 232. Yay.
Hooray!
It is kind of the funny thing, like, so much of this game is kind of designed, like, you know, so many modes of this game are basically designed for people who are already really good at it, which means that, like, you know, even coming at this game totally new, you could probably end up spending literally all your time in a single game mode out of, like, the 5 or 10 of them that exist in this. Yeah, there we go, 232. Actually made it past the second checkpoint in it. Great. Also, you can't play replays that were on old version data. I don't know if there's gonna be like a way to get that eventually. But we can actually see my best score. I have, I think, like my 902 was I think on the Steam Deck and only listed there at the time. Anyway, I think we will call it off there, but
Yep.
I had a really fun time, and I hope folks just, you know, coming in, hanging out, had a good time as well. I really, really like this. I probably won't, you know, I'll probably stream this again sometime. I don't know if I'll make it a super regular thing, but as long as people enjoy just, you know, sitting here watching me play, I will be happy to get better at this game and maybe see if I can start, like, actually getting some proper titles, trying to get some better modes, because I'm hooked on this game pretty badly. Alright, well, that'll finish this up for today. Tomorrow you might or might not stream. I will not commit you to anything.
I'm hoping I'm well enough to stream, because I would like to get back to Ace Attorney Investigations.
Yes, that'll be in the afternoon if it happens.
I'm on the final case, and I would just started the final case. I would like to beat the game. It would be good. But we do have an appointment in the morning.
Yeah, and we'll see what sleep is like, so.
Yep.
That said, we'll probably be back, if not Wednesday, then Thursday. I'm gonna finish Arrow the Acrobat, and then we'll give it the ultimate rating. Yay.
Better than Bubsy?
Better than Bubsy. It's already that. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.